I was right in predicting the hiatus that BTS was going to take. Let's see what we're going to learn this time. Hello there, my friends. It is always a pleasure to be sitting here with you all. And we get to talk and share our thoughts. In my last BTS video, it was a lot of views and a lot of people got excited about it. And I surprised myself a bit because, well, the first three cards I put down, I was kind of shocked because you might, if you watch the video, go back and watch it, you'll see I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to say this or not, because it wasn't showing like a permanent breakup, but they were going to split up for a time being to work on individual projects. And I was like, that doesn't sound right because they're coming out with a new album. But I went ahead and said it anyway because that's what the cards are saying. I was nervous, so I'm happy that I was right. Now, if you're new here, welcome. I am Dee Sparta. And I really love investigating things, doing tarot and other reading, like psychic medium readings. Like I did in the previous BTS, I did just a psychic medium reading where I focused on each person, each of the members of the group, and was able to give a message for each person. And a lot of that is all you're seeing has been coming and happening about, which I'm like, wow. So I might do one of those again and continue adding that kind of aspect, not just tarot. So please, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you like these videos. Comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this or what you want to see coming up. I cover just about, I love true crime, paranormal, conspiracy theories, pop culture, you name it. I like it. I will get into it. Now, normally, my videos, I will tell you, hey, we're going to go into more in-depth, deep dive into what we're going to be doing a reading about. But this time, because in instances like this, where I have already gone through a very deep dive about, well, I didn't go too deep, but I did explain about BTS, where they came about, how long they've been together, and so, yeah, I was talking when they got snubbed by the Grammys. So I'm not going to do that this time. We're going to be jumping into the tarot reading more in depth faster because we know our 7 young men, RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Yimin, V, and Jungkook. These 7 men have done more than so many others. Even just, worldwide, they have made such a huge impact on not just pop culture, but on even politics. There's been, they have to serve about 2 years military service. In Korea, you have to be like between 18 and I think 27, 26. I forget the age off the top of my head, but they have to get that done. And BTS, the men, were given an extended time to take it. And it's getting to that point where a lot of the members have to start going. But they've been hoping that there'd be a reversal. Because they were trying to say that these young men, there's more to them than just music. They do so much more. And the impact they have on Korea, which we have seen in South Korea, when the group came out just the other week saying, hey, we're going to be taking a hiatus and we're going to be working on our own individual projects. And it was real emotional. But some people misinterpreted what hiatus means. Hiatus means taking a break from something and coming back. It doesn't mean break up and never coming back. But a lot of people thought they were broken up and they lost their music company, big hype. They lost billions in the stock market the very next day. That's the impact that this group has. They can affect the economy. They even I had said they would be getting more into into politics and working almost like way a UN ambassador would. And what has happened is, when I said that, well, guess what? They did. They have done this, started this already. They did meet up with President Biden to address, a lot of the issues with the hate crimes against Asians, especially because of COVID. And that was amazing. That was a huge privilege to be able to meet President Biden. Mind blown. These young men have done so much and have so much recognition. So people are like, what's next? What's next? Now, I do keep up with some of the guys because, I do like BTS. I am a fan. Yay, Army. I admit it. I love their music. And so when you start hearing rumors about some of the guys about, oh, he's dating so-and-so and what's going on with this, and people being upset, what I saw in my original readings was these young men, they have been involved in, it's like their group, let's see, it was like 2013 when they made their debut. And before that, they were in training for years. Some of them 1 year, 2, 3 years of training. And here it is, 2022, and they're coming out with their, this like an anthology 3-part album, which is going to have old stuff that's never been come out, new stuff. And part of it's already come out, Proof, and their video yet to come. That, I was like, whoa, because everything in my reading was saying, I kept saying, this is just the beginning. Some people in them made it felt like maybe they've peaked, but they haven't. This is just like the start of something even bigger that's going to happen with this group. And so I was like, real kind of like, okay, they get, yet to come. Just that video was so profound, and the best is yet to come. The best has already happened, but the best is yet to come. And that's exactly what I was seeing. So I was like, whoa. So, yeah, I'm excited about doing this reading, and thank you all for asking. Some of y'all who've been, hoping I would do something like this. So let's get into the reading, huh? Hey, welcome back. We're going to get into that reading. I am excited. Please remember that these readings everything's alleged. And yeah, we do this for entertainment purposes. Oh, got the lights. Now we have light. Okay, now. Let's see. What? Okay. The Nine of Wands is reversed. Oops. I'm probably gonna have to. I probably hit that so many times it's in the wrong spot. The Ace of Swords. Huh. I'm like rumors. Once again, it's all this rumors. This is which I saw before this first time. They've been in the K-pop scene, the training that they have to go through, and then they debut. They have all these requirements and strict rules that they need to abide by, because there's this whole image that they need to maintain, and it's burnt them out because they didn't get a chance to grow up and be themselves. Do things that others, teenage kids, were able to do while growing up, I think they just got, and they started questioning. I think there's questions about this industry, and I think they want to make changes. It's like, we were a great success, but there's so many other kids going through this process and trying to debut and being critiqued. You can't eat this, you can't do that. No, you're not good enough. And just it could tear you apart. And I think they want to get some changes. Maybe be bolder in speaking out about what's really happening. And here's a Seven of Swords. Something is going to happen, or is happening, that is kind of betraying them. They feel betrayed. It might have to do with military service, I think, and also being snubbed at the Grammys. I think there's this feelings of, we have done so much, and yet, you know, we were given all this hope that this would happen and this would happen, and a few of those things didn't happen. And there's like this, okay, we got this far. What do we do? Where do we go now? Let's see here. There's going to be a lot more vocal independence coming from them. Meaning they're going to speak out against things. And here's the Hierophant reversed. What does I say? They're like, they're going to be challenging the status quo. They're just like, no more of this. You know, this forced military service for every young man. This whole regime that the K-pop group community goes through. And also I'm seeing about LGBTQ rights. They want people to be able to love, and to be themselves and be free. And I think they're tired of the status quo. And they have this opportunity. The world's eyes are on them. And they can make this difference. And I think it's also a little overwhelming for them too. They're like, I still have to grow up. I haven't been able to experience life as others have. I've been in this machine, music building machine, where I work every day, working out, dance practice, singing, this, and it's all about the music. Got to pump out these. It's almost like an assembly line kind of system, putting out things. And I think they're just like, we're done. Yeah, here's the devil. Okay. I am seeing that there is wow, they feel really bound down. Like they've been tied down and wanting to be free. I think some of them, I'm seeing like different issues, maybe with an eating problem, not taking care of their health the way, because they're told this way is healthy and this isn't, and trying to find the balance of what really is healthy lifestyle of having drinking. I'm seeing like somebody is drinking and they get a little too talkative. I'm seeing that, and I think that's gonna, and people are gonna be like, Let's see here. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles is reversed. We've seen this before with them, with the Knight of Pentacles and such. This is, and it's right over where they're feeling the betrayal card, okay? And that's interesting because the Knight of Pentacles showed up before reversed, and it's showing up again, because I remember this whole, this drive to be perfect. And I think that we go back to the Devil card here of all the stuff that's binding them to be perfect. And it's like, you don't need to be perfect. You also need to learn to have self-discipline. They have had others telling them what they should and shouldn't do. And once they start having freedom, it's going to be like, whoa, maybe I'm going too far. I need to learn to, they need to learn these different things of how to set their own boundaries, set their own expectations of themselves and not with everyone else, because they've been just stuck, and it's just like every day, and it's almost become a boring cycle of what we're going to do now. What are we going to do? Is there anything different? They want to experience life. They want to experience love and not be criticized or shamed for it. Yeah. It's like, I'm just seeing this. I like to have sex, okay? Coming from some, I'm not sure. It's kind of like, why can't people accept that I'm human? I'm a young man, and I just am getting that vibe. It's like I'm not a little kid. And I'm not a eunuch, okay? Okay, here's the Eight of Swords, and it's reversed. And this is the bound woman that we see, card. And here, it's right over the Hierophant. And I think they're going to be challenging their own beliefs also. And their own way of thinking. You know, not just what the world thinks, but also, wait a minute, I've grown up believing this, and I should do this, and I should do this. Maybe no. Maybe there's something else out there in this world that and I think that's the reason for this hiatus. It's like, if we just keep going like this, the burnout is going to affect their music. It's going to affect their career and them mentally, and they would have just crumbled. Being able to explore and do things individually, to express the music in their own personal style, learning what that personal style is, not being told what their style is. I see. My throat allergies are bothering me, so my throat's a little scratchy. So yeah, let's see here, you guys. Okay, 2 cards popped out there. We got the Nine of Swords reversed, and then the Magician. Okay, just when I was shuffling the deck, I was seeing things. It's going to come to light. There's been like chit chat, maybe some rumors, some innuendos about things, about some of these young men, about either, I'm Jungkook especially, and I'm seeing V and Suga. It's going to come to light what the truth is. And it's like, I just want to look at this card. You notice how the swords are all pointed at the woman, coming at different angles. But it's reversed. This is like, they have secrets and what they want to reveal. Maybe they're dating someone. Maybe they have a child or want to have a child, and it's going to come out. And I think people are going to be like, what? But we have to realize these young men, they're people just like you and I. And this is natural for them to have things, and they shouldn't have had to hide it. I think they're going to start just, you know what? I remember when I came to the point in my life where I was like, fuck it. This is who I am. This is me, Dee. I don't follow the legalistic evangelism church ways anymore. I am queer as fuck. And I love life. I'm liberal. I'm this, and I don't care what you think anymore. Yeah, I'm going to shave some of my hair, and I'm going to dye it blue, and I'm 50 years old. Screw it. Well, it was before I was 50. But yeah, I started hitting in my 40s. I was just like, why have I been so controlled by others? And I see this with them, that I haven't been able to be myself. So you're going to see this coming out. They're going to be very successful individually. None of them are going to fall flat. With the Magician here, this is just they are so talented, and they're awareness of what's happening in the world is because they've been traveling and they're having contacts with people outside of Korea, South Korea, and they're seeing other parts of the world more and more. And this awareness of what's out there is giving them this thirst to do more, to learn more. And it's empowering them to do great things. It's happening. They're going to manifest. I mean, it's almost like the Midas touch. It's like they just touch something and it turns to gold, but without the bad effect. Because, yeah. Midas isn't always that great a story. But basically, their stuff, they're talented. Here's the Wheel of Fortune, and it is upright. And this is right over all the being restrained, and cards. Which I'm not surprised to see this here. And in fact, I'm very happy. Because this is karma, man. They're going to be getting good karma, folks. And they're going to be, they're going through this. This is a new cycle in their life. They're excited. They're nervous. They're scared. They're hopeful. But there's a lot of good luck surrounds them. They have earned the chance to do this, to go out on their own and be very successful and be also successful again together. I don't think they're going to ever lose this bond. These 7 men have a very close bond. Okay, here's the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, someone wants to hold on to their money. And I'm talking about somebody wants to hold on to the band, to BTS's money and not let go. With the stock market, when we saw that, the market drop for Big Hype music, well, that showed you such an impact that these young men have on the economy also. I think they are worrying about, they might have put some pressure on the guys to come out and just say, we're going to get back together. We're just working separate together, also. They had to come out and do that to try and salvage, the business. Wow. But I think there's going to be some contract kind of disputes happening. And it's not greed on BTS's part. It's greed on those who work for them, who put them out here. It's kind of like, you owe me. Because you wouldn't have this. It's like, they're not seeing that these young men worked their asses off. They did this. Their hard work. Yeah, you pushed it. And you did supply living and such for them. And the resources. But they don't need you now anymore. And if you want them to honor and respect what you've done for them, you're going to have to let them fly. Give them more freedom. They need more freedom. And I think they're afraid of losing money if there is more freedom. And freedom to be themselves and express themselves, to date whoever they want, when they want. Okay, here's the Hangman reversed. And this is going over this whole with the, where we've seen that they've been feeling betrayed, the betrayal and manifesting better things. And I'm not surprised to see the Hangman reversed over here. Because, well, usually a lot of times with the Hangman, when it's reversed, it's dealing with, taking it, when it's upright, you're looking at things from a different perspective, which, oh gosh, I'm seeing something here. Somebody wants to try and stop them and delay the success. There's a fear, and I think it has to do with Big Hype, with the company, or maybe the government, of if they empower these young men too much. I see the resistance in giving the young men the privilege to not have to go to military service is really, it's kind of like, well, just because they can sing and dance, what makes them so special? I've seen someone in the government really has an attitude, really does, and doesn't think these guys have done, and it's more of the attitude's there because of fear that the way they have wanted life to be and Korea, South Korea to be, about how Korea should be, it's like they see in BTS that this other generations are going to change things. They're going to undo his work. I think that's a problem in his eyes. But it's going to hurt the government. It's going to hurt them, the politics there, more so if they try to shut down or silence BTS. Here's the Four Swords, and it's reversed. And, with the swords, we're dealing with a lot of communication, mental thinking, and oh, man. Once again, these guys are this is over. There's a burnout. I think they took that vacation at the end of last year. And I think they realized how much they liked that. And when they came back, they have been flying everywhere, going to this event, going to that, building up for proof to come out. And I think some of them are just like, can I just stop for a moment? I need a breath of fresh air. If they keep pushing right now, there's this stifled. I just keep seeing them being just like, we don't get what a real vacation is. We haven't, I just want to be able to go somewhere secluded. Here's the moon reversed. And the moon often is dealing with fears and a lot of confusion. A repression. I'm seeing repression. Repression in expressing self. Individual self. Being repressed to fit image that fans have on them. Because this image was cultivated by a corporation, basically. Being told to hold back certain feelings and emotions. Somebody is part of the LGBTQ community, maybe more than just one person, and it's eating them alive inside to have to remain silent. Especially when they've gone out in other parts of the world and seen, same-sex marriage happening. This is Pride Month right now in here, and we are honoring those who stood up against the politics and the haters to give us free love. Here's the High Priestess. Oh. Wow. They're going to focus a lot on their spirituality and what they believe, learning a lot of them there's some empaths in this group, and they have very good intuition. And I think that intuition has helped the whole group in itself to continue and to succeed. There's a feminine energy coming from one of them. it's going to come out about, they're going to be speaking out about their beliefs more and being more open about spirituality, what spirituality is to them. I'm not sure exactly who, and this is, I do not out people. I'm not going to out someone, so I'm not going to go further, because if this person wants to come out, they will when it's ready, when they're ready, okay? And the Eight of Wands. Ooh, that's like rushing in fast. I think some of the individual projects, they're being pushed fast. I think I think the corporation is going to, their label company, Hybe, however Hybe, I can't pronounce this right, but whatever they are, folks, holy shit. Oh, no. They're going to try and push them back together faster than what the boys want. I'm sorry, I'm just getting more music. My music stopped. Okay. And this is over where we had the devil card, where we're seeing, I think they're going to feel rushed, and I think they're going to have to stand their ground. I hope they do. And be like, we need this time for ourselves. You can't force this. We're not slaves to the industry. That's what I'm feeling. We're not just little robots and puppets that you control. Here's the Empress reversed. I think some of the members, there's like probably one or two of them who are more nervous about being on their own because they have grown so dependent on each other that there is this strong dependence. And with the Empress reverse, it's blocking them. Someone's also going through a creative block, where they want to do more, and they don't feel like they're going to keep up with their brothers here in BTS. Am I going to be as good as so-and-so, their music and who they're collaborating with? I'm not that, they don't think they're that talented. Come on, guys. But I think it's their anxieties of being on their own and not feeling like they could be creative enough, good enough to go out there. You got a light in you, young man. I'm seeing this. And, with the High Priestess card that I pulled, that's going to empower you. Embrace your spirituality. I really see, you need to open up. It's kind of like taking a step off a cliff, but what you don't realize, it's not a big drop. It's a step. It's deception, deceiving you, the depth. Okay. I'm feeling a lot of different emotions right now, and I'm trying to I'm seeing the rush into push them to reunite. I think there's paranoia of the money, the funds being lost. I seen this, and I am worried for them because of this. They're going to be feeling a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to well, this is I'm worried about them. It's like someone might get really into a serious relationship. I'm seeing like wanting to live together, kind of almost like an engagement, but there's a fear that if they are dating others, they're not going to be trusting and relying on themselves, the group as themselves, and it would break the bond. And they'll keep going their own separate paths in life. I just... I keep saying, how everyone say Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles, and she didn't. But there was this whole, why is she hanging around here? She's going to get in the middle of everything, and tear up. You got to be careful about, getting together with this woman. I'm seeing this with this person. Because it's going to tear up, if you get too independent, we're not going to be a good group. And the thing is, they have a foundation that's so solid that just because they have an individual life outside of one another doesn't mean that they won't have a connection anymore. I think the individuality, it's going to be some growing pains. And it's going to be growing pains for the Army too, you guys. Army, listen to me. They, like you, need love, need to be themselves, and it doesn't mean they're betraying BTS, their fellow group mates here. They're not. It's just growing up and becoming the young men that they are, young people that they are. They're maturing and needing more in life, and they're not going to forget who they were and where they came from. They can't. They have so much respect. There's this respect for South Korea and their fans. They love them. And I think that's held them back because they didn't want to disappoint Army. They know how important Army is to them. And without Army, they would not have gotten here. And they see this. And I think that's where some of the fear is of them stepping out independently. It's going to be good. Suga's, some big stuff's happening more and more for Suga. Suga's got, oh my gosh. I am seeing... They're not going to be spending as much time in Korea. They're not. They're going to be doing a lot of traveling, a lot of music making. And it's a lot of behind the scenes. We're going to see his work on music and production. Yemen, this guy's got love on the mind. Love on the mind. He's all about... I want to settle down with someone I love. I want to experience living away with someone else, with a partner who I love, and I've seen family, someday I would like to have a family kind of thing. Jungkook, he's the youngest, and he's going to hit a low because there is something in his life that it's almost like an addiction, but he's not addicted to drugs or alcohol. I think it's his weight. That's what I'm hearing. His weight, his appearance. He has been so brainwashed about his appearance being so important. When this young man doesn't realize he's got charm, charisma, the guy can dance, and the voice. When he sings, you get chills. It's going to go through a dark time, young man. And JK, look at me here. If you see this, it's okay. You don't need to be perfect, because who you are is what we all love, who we all love. Nobody can be perfect. And you can't, I'm hearing people pleaser. You can't please everyone. But if you focus on yourself and you're happy with yourself and who you are, that light is going to shine so bright. And that is what draws the people in, because that confidence and that love for yourself and respecting yourself and your body. Go have some ice cream, kiddo. Basically, and enjoy it. Don't feel guilt for having a pizza or too much ramen. I mean, whatever. Enjoy it. I think this is where I was seeing in the cards where they're having to learn that self-discipline, where learn not to go into excess, but also don't go too less. V, you're popping up here, young man, and why do I see modeling? There's like a sponsorship going to happen with a company. He's going to become like the face of them. And it's going to shock the world. It's going to be shocking. Because it's going to be like, what? We didn't see that coming. Well, I'm saying it, but J-Hope. He's a beauty. Inside out, there's just you look in his eyes and there's this soul in there that you see that is so, I've been through so much, but I still can hold on to hope. It's like an old soul kind of feeling where I have been through all this and it's okay. I want others to have this. That I think that's why he uses hope in his name. He really believes in hope. And his hope is for there to be progressive changes and acceptance of people, no matter race, gender, sexual orientation. And I keep saying, you need a mentor, J-Hope. You're going to start, I'm thinking him taking others under his wing and training them. And teaching them dancing and singing. And this mentorship, yeah. Jin, they love someone. And they're afraid to say it to that person because they're afraid the person's going to reject them. That's sad. But that's also, whoa. I'm seeing a block. Something something with family, his family. There's like this expectation on him. And I think he's going to realize that that expectation is actually, he's thinking it's there. He's put it on himself thinking that's what they want. And he's got to break through that. I think that's part of his growing process, is realizing that some of these expectations and harsh ideals he's put on himself are there because, well, he sees things others are putting on him, but he has invited that to happen and is taking it to a further extreme than what is really being asked of him. It's a little hard. RM. He's feeling very protective, very fatherly over the group. I'm seeing like empty nest syndrome happening with him. Kind of like, oh, my babies, I'm not around them anymore. They're off doing their own thing. Oh no. Also, very nervous about serving in the military. I think it will not be as hard of a change, although, because they've grown up with such a strict regiment. That's what they're going to get in the military too. But I think there's a fear because being separated from the others in his group, being completely separated from BTS, I think it's a fear. And having the connection with everyone broken. He's so afraid of that brokenness. He's very protective of each of these young men. Very protective. Just seem like this line, rah, if you cross them. Yeah, don't mess with his brothers in BTS. Don't do that. He's afraid of not being around music scene, doing and making music. He doesn't want his creativity to get blocked and shut down wherever he ends up, even if it is the military, it's going to actually bring more creativity and more depth to him. As long as he, whatever happen going forward in his life, you just embrace it and let it come through your music, your feelings, and you won't have that block. I'm thinking, try sketching, doing something that doesn't do creativity without music. I just keep try sketching, drawing, art. I'm seeing as a self-care kind of an outlet. I think I covered everyone. Yeah. I hope this reading was okay. If you guys like this, I hope that this hiatus lasts at least a year or two for these young men. There is a lot of growth for them. I do see them coming back together, doing a few things, even though they're individually, to, showing up together, maybe doing a performance here or there together, but working on music on another album or anything, I don't see that happening right away. They're going to be working so much on their own individual music, and they might be helping each other work on each other's individual things. I see a lot of that crossover. I'm seeing more collaborations with other musicians, singers from other parts of the world. I am seeing these connections. And it's going to bring more depth and more attention to them. And they're going to be doing great things. And yes, the past has been the best. But the best is yet to come. And I really believe that for them. All right, folks, if you enjoyed this reading, please hit that thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought of this reading, your own thoughts of what you, if you know, if there was something I said that resonated, that you're seeing happen, because, you know, I don't know everything. I can't follow every detail as much as I'd love to on everybody. But yeah, just let me know, and hit the thumbs up, please. And subscribe to this channel, please. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Let me know what you want the next reading to be. And yeah, I can get that prompted on my community tab. You can always comment. I always post up there. I'll be doing another poll shortly for the new content coming up for the month of July. So please let me know what you want to hear. I love you guys. Remember, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. We don't know what everyone's going through. I love you. Bye.